Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 premium SPG that most people know as a leFH, a leaf blower, or leHEPA. This one is known as Fifi La Pew Pew to the members of What Arty Noobs. It's located on the westbourne of Safe Haven, and it's under the command of Appa561 of OLIMP. Well, it's a 105mm light field howitzer capable of doing 410 alpha, penetrating 53mm of armour, and it's got a 1.91 meters burst radius. But I suppose the best thing about this Arty is the fact that it actually has a very fast reload. You can see the standard reload that Appa's got is 7.22, but the book reload is 8.92. So it is a very fast reload on the Arty. Following his teammates there. Enemy tanks are going to appear in the field very shortly. In fact, 2 have turned up, 3 have turned up. Type 61's moving away too rapidly for us to get an accurate hit, but Cavalier rounds out. Oh, this could be good. Oh, it is good! 410 hit points was the alpha, but he got 441 off that one, so he definitely penetrated it. We're now looking to fire a round in. Oh, no, that one a little late on the Hellcat and the ELC. Okay, the Cavalier's still around. Nope, he pulled back in time to avoid that, but the M41 got the kill. So, yes, Arty still got him all the same because he was a bit slow in turning round. Okay, now we're going for the Hellcat. Rounds out. That's a penetrating shot as well. 419 hit points. And he's fired another one in, but he pulls back to... He doesn't want to see the kill. And this is a psychological problem, I'm afraid. No, he's moved behind the building. I know a lot of people, we've discussed this, it's definitely a psychological problem. People pull back just to see a clearer view of the shot, but some pull back so far you can't even see the shot. And when they do that, it's actually a psychological problem. I know it sounds weird, but it is true. I can explain it. Okay, well, he did get a hit on the T-34-85, and he's still tracked. We're firing another round in. It landed nearby, but it didn't do any damage, and he's going to fix those tracks. Yes, he has fixed his tracks. But another shell went in, and the T-34 actually got killed by the Su-122. Okay. Now, the enemy team Arty in this game is a Bishop and another Fifi, so... Obviously, the enemy team's been handicapped. The Bishop is a short-range Arty, but we've got the M41, which is not an easy Arty to play because it's got such a long reload and quite a big dispersion. You know, that VK's pulling back quite heavily. Well, we're 2 up on the enemy at this moment, so we are doing well. Just lost sight of all of the enemy tanks, and that is mainly down to our teammates not spotting them. There's the MT-25. Now he's not moving very particularly fast. Can we get a shot in this Type 58? He's lined the shot up correctly, rounds out, and yeah, that Type seemed to get advance warning that the shell was coming in. He dodged it. Yeah, can we get another hit? He lines the shot up, fires it in. No, it hits the aim point. That Type is doing well to avoid these shots. He fires one in. Oh my god, that was a lucky shot. The Type moved forward right into the line of fire of the shell, and he took the full brunt of it. And it looks like that might have been another penetrating shot to take him out. We've lost sight of the ELC that was around there, and we've just lost our A20. Oh, he did get a hit. He did hit the ELC. Because that shot went in without an explosion. And that shell missed again. But the ELC has been taken out. And our lead of 2 has now dropped to a loss, or we're behind by 1. So things are not going too well. And it's mostly in the factory area that we're losing tanks. There's still enemy tanks out in the field. Okay, there's that Hellcat sitting behind the building, using the wreck for cover. Just misses him. Get into cover, and the Hellcat's gone down. He was eventually taken out by our T-3485. We've got a VK-3001H over on the other side of the battlefield. Appa's dialed in, rounds out. It was fairly accurate, but just slightly to one side. He doesn't know where the VK is. VK's moved. He's actually visible. There he is. After we fired him, he must have moved very rapidly. And that's a nice hit for 72, but it hit the tracks on the side. That was a reasonable judge or guess that he might still be there. MT-25's come back into sight. Can we get a hit on him? Oh, he just killed our T-3485. We fire one in. No, a little late. MT-25s can move quite fast. It looks like whatever the problem he had, he fixed it. But he has been taken down by our Jagdpanzer IV. And in fact, now it's 3 versus 5. Yes, we've only got a Jagdpanzer IV left on our team. And we just got spotted by an enemy T-67 only a short distance away. Now, the M41's still on our team. Normally, I'd say go to your M41 and stay alongside him, because 2 guns are better than 1. And if the T-67 does come hunting, then he's going to get one hell of a pasting. But Appa's going after the T-67, driving after him. The M41's decided to join him. He's doing the opposite of what he's actually joining his platoon, his teammate. And there's the T-67. Now he's suddenly worked out where we are. You can see that Appa does have a lot of experience in the game. All those achievement marks on the side of the vehicle. Okay, so it looks like the T-67 is playing with us. Here he is. Ow, we get hit by a 76mm round. And he rams into us, which is a big mistake. Takes a shotgun. Now, can the M41 help us? Potentially, we've got 20% of the enemy hit pool. Oh, we fluffed a shot, but the T-67 does go down for the M41 in the end. Now, we lost our driver there, which is awful, because here comes the enemy Arty. Ow! Well, that one damaged the tracks only. But we're now on only 3 hit points. Now, Appa, I'm not sure he realizes he's got a first aid kit and his driver's down. That's going to slow down his driving to half speed. The normal speed for this Arty, 28 kilometers an hour, and he's only got 15 now, or thereabouts. And he's been spotted again, and it's the VK-3001H this time. He's going in for a shotgun. Oh, that was good. Yeah, he got a good shotgun, but he needs to fix his driver. He's chosen to go the long way round. The M41 was going to cut across direct. The M41's got a much better speed than Appa has, but I think he's doing the wise thing. He's staying with his teammate. He doesn't want to go too fast, but we can see the Jagdpanzer is trying to kill the enemy Fifi, and we don't know where the enemy Hellcat is. The M41 keeping pace with us. You need to fix your driver, Appa. Fix your driver. Use your first aid kit. I know it's going to cost you 10,000 at least, or 20,000 for using it, but you have to get your driver in, otherwise you're not going to get over there in time. And now the Hellcat is intervening, and it's 2 against 1 against the Jagdpanzer, and he's gone. Oh, you could have stopped that. Oh dear. So now it's 2 Arty versus a tank destroyer and 2 Arty. And that's not good, because the tank destroyer is a Hellcat, and Hellcats are lethal, especially if they've got the 90mm gun. And he's fixed his track, but he hasn't fixed his driver. I don't think he realizes that it's his driver that's down, that's slowing him down. I'm wondering if he either doesn't want to spend the credits, or, and he's going to lose the game if he does, if he fails to, or he's unaware that his driver is down and he's got a first aid kit and he could use it, but he's just not using it. Of course, the alternative might be that he's decided that he doesn't want to get over the other side with just 3 hit points and get taken out by the enemy Arty with 1 shot. The M41's gone up onto the ramp, expecting the Hellcat to come down from that direction. Oh, we found the enemy Bishop, and the Hellcats suddenly come into view. Well, the Bishop can't take a shot from this angle, but he might try. Oh, he failed. He actually fired it into the wall, so he might be a bit of a novice. The Hellcat, he's just highlighting his moment. He's spotting. He's proximity spotting. The M41 can't do anything, and the Bishop is now driving over to try and get a shotgun at close range. Now that shouldn't have happened. He fired the round into the tracks, and he could have turned at that point. Appa could have turned and engaged the Bishop, but now he's trucked and he can't repair. And I think the Bishop tried to ram kill the Fifi, but all that happened in the end is he fired his howitzer too close and blew both of them up. So at least it means that Appa gets a consolation kill by taking out the Bishop in the process. But that shouldn't have happened. That really shouldn't have happened. If only he'd fixed his driver, he could have driven over quicker to help the Jagdpanzer IV. So now we've got the other Arty turning up. There he is. He's over there. He's round the outside of the factory walls at the moment, but he's coming into view. We've got the Hellcat above. All the Hellcat has to do is come down the ramp and poke round the corner using the Rex as cover, and he could take out the M41, but he probably doesn't want to get shotgunned himself. Of course, he could fix his... he could come round, use the factories to come in behind the M41 and shotgun him in the rear or shoot him in the rear. 190mm round would be enough to finish off the M41. Now we can see the guy. He's up on top of the hill on the building rubber, and all he's doing is spotting for the Fifi. Now I get the feeling the enemy Fifi can't get a shot on the M41. Yes, it's Appa who's using the camera to try and highlight where everything is going on. Oh dear, this is going to end up as a loss. Yeah, the Hellcat suddenly realised what's wrong, and he's going to go down and approach from a different angle, I think. So now we've got the M41 in a shotgun position, ready to take on the enemy Fifi, but of course the enemy Fifi is not going to come around the corner. He's going to wait for the Hellcat to do that instead. And we're just waiting now for the inevitable. Here he comes. Before he can even get a shot off, he's out the game. Well, sadly, that was a defeat for Appa561 of OLIMP in the 105 leFH18B2. He did get a first-class tanker out of it. I suppose as consolation, he got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 12 in this game. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and he also got a Confederate hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And his win rate was 6,047, which is super unicum standard and quite a bit more. But sadly, he did die because he wouldn't fix his driver, or at least didn't know that his driver was down, and consequently he was handicapping himself deliberately. Yes, he only had 3 hit points left, and 1 shot from the Bishop fired at the right spot could have taken him out. But you see, the Bishop actually fired at the side of the vehicle, which of course is heavy tank. So basically all he was doing was tracking Appa, and Appa was of course able to just move back and pull back. Appa shouldn't have presented such an easy target to him the next time. What Appa should have done is just traversed so that the bishop was in full sight and then blasted him at close range when he got hit the first time. But he didn't do that. He did the instinctive thing, which was fixed tracks, pull back. So yeah, I'm afraid that is what he did. And that meant the next time that he pulled around the corner, the bishop tracked him, and there was no way that he could pull back after that. And it was just a decision by the bishop about how he was going to take down Appa. Did he pull back and aim for the gun shield, or did he actually try and get as close as he could and blast him away at close range? And that's what he chose to do. But in doing so, he gave Appa another kill. Yes, awful that. In fact, did he actually give him the kill? Because I'm showing here that it actually shows 51 hit points of damage, but no kills. So actually, he didn't give him a kill. It looks like the bishop, if I'm correct, actually gave him or killed himself in this. So where's the bishop? There we go. Heinen. Did he kill himself? Well, it actually says killed by Capo in this game. And I presume that might be his real name. So yes, that might be his real name. So he was anonymized and in the game. Anyway, let's have a look at the team scores properly. Well, we can see the highest damage was by Appa561. He got 2,659 hit points. Second highest damage was the Hellcat, who got a Confederate and 1,995 on the enemy team. And the third highest damage went to the Type 58 on the enemy team. The guy who drove into that shell and took 1,008 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, it was actually shared between the M41 HMC and the ELC on the enemy team. Both got 3 kills apiece. Appa got 2 kills, so did T3485, the SU2 122, and on the enemy team, their Type 64, their Hellcat, their MT25, and their Bishop all got 2 kills apiece. And when it came to base XP, it's the Hellcat who came out on top, 826 to him. 651 went to the Type 64, and 651 also went to the enemy Fifi in that game. Appa only got 661. 31 shots fired. He got 9 direct hits on the enemy, 5 penetrating shots, 9 splash. Damage of 2,659, of which 1,892 were at more than 300 meters, so a fair amount of damage done at close range. 6 hits received from the enemy, 3 of them penetrated, 2 non-penetrations, and 2 hits by way of splash. And 8 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed, 109 hit points of damage resistance. Now, he did earn a profit in that game, 53,632 credits, and if he'd actually resupplied his consumables by actually using his first aid kit to heal his driver, then that figure would be a little lower. But yes, he didn't spend that, and he should have. He also got 2,180 experience points as well. So sadly, that one ended up being not so good an ending for Appa, but I think the lesson to learn there is if you do have a first aid kit and your driver is down, do use it, because if you don't use it, then it's a missed opportunity. And if he'd actually got to the other side of the battlefield in time, he possibly could have saved that Jagdpanzer IV, but never know. It might have been that he turned up just a fraction of a second too late to save the Jagdpanzer IV, but then he would have taken out one of the enemy whilst they were still trying to regroup and get themselves in order. And that would have been better for him, because even with only 3 hit points, he might have got another kill out of it. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.